Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers with another first run review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Hoka Bondi 8. Let's take a look. The Hoka Bondi 8 costs £145 or $165. It weighs in at 307 grams or 10.8 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 4mm. The Bondi 8 has long been Hoka's go-to shoe for runs that want cushioning and comfort above all else. As well as the big wedge of midsole foam, the upper is designed to offer maximum plushness when enjoying easy miles, with plenty of padding around the ankle collar and across the tongue. In the most recent version, Hoka has modified the foam to be lighter and incorporated an extended heel geometry. The rear crash pad is built to ensure a smooth transition from heel to toe, with a soft and balanced ride that promotes efficiency. The upper is made from a lightweight mesh material that offers support without being too bulky, and has a generous covering of rubber on the outsole for grip and to protect the midsole foam.
When it comes to fit, for me, the Bondi 8 fits me really well, actually, my normal size, but I think that's partly because I have quite a narrow foot, and they do seem to narrow up a fair bit around the toe box, so it actually works very well for me, but yeah, it is quite tight around there in a way that a lot of Hoka shoes can be, so yeah, it might be something to look out for if you have wide feet.
I would say these are true to size, but they are Hokas, so they are quite narrow. I can definitely feel them rubbing a bit on the outside of my left foot, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. I generally get this every time I wear Hokas, and it takes 2 or 3 runs to loosen them up a bit and make them so that they're actually comfortable. So I'm going through the uncomfortable first run at the moment, but I would definitely say true to size, but if you've got wide feet, take note. Okay, so the first run, I've done 10k around the parks near my house at a fairly easy pace, about 4 15-minute kilometers, which is my base pace, training pace, which I generally do when I'm just going out and not really aiming for anything. And what I have found from these is that I've never used the Bondis before, so I've been really interested to try them out. I've been trying a lot of cushion shoes recently, and I'm definitely a big fan of cushion shoes. They're probably my favourite type of running shoe that you can get. And I would say that I've heard a lot about the Bondi shoes before. I have tried the Bondi X, but that has a carbon plate in it, so it's a little bit different. What I've heard about the Bondi 8 is that it is a very comfortable cushion shoe designed for those easy runs. It's max cushion, there's a lot of cushioning in it. But over that run, what I found is that it may have a lot of cushioning in it, but it's not the softest shoe I've run in. It's definitely not as soft as something like the Brooks Glycerin 20 or the New Balance Fresh Foam More V3. It is, in fact, just feels a little bit firmer. The foam itself, when you press it, it does feel relatively soft, but didn't get a lot of softness from that run. It felt fairly balanced. Definitely didn't feel like it was really cushy. So yeah, I didn't get a lot from that. What I did find is that it's a fairly solid shoe. I didn't dislike that run, but I didn't really get a lot from it either. I don't think there's an area that the Bondi 8 really excels in from that run. It just felt fine. Didn't feel really comfortable like I was expecting, although it did feel comfortable when I first put my feet in until it started rubbing. But that midsole foam, I definitely think it's sort of a middling foam. It's not really that soft, it's not that firm, it sort of sits in the middle. It's not that exciting, similar to something like the Clifton range. So yeah, over that run I felt that over easy pace it was fine. Definitely didn't dislike the run at all. I tried picking up the pace a little bit, definitely not designed for that, although the firmness in it probably does make it a little bit more versatile than something like the Fresh Foam More V3, I would say, but not a lot. I mean, it's definitely an easy day shoe. So aside from that, I think so far not particularly amazed by the shoe. I wouldn't say I'm desperate to try it again, but it's the first run, so I'll be trying it out over many more miles and seeing what I think over time.
So about to head out and do my first run in the Hoka Bondi 8. It's my first run in the Bondi aside from the X, so it's my first proper Bondi. So looking forward to testing it out. Got a nice easy hour on the plan today after a fair few miles over the weekend. Did a long easy run in the Invincible yesterday, the Nike Invincible, and I was keen to pull that on again today. I have been enjoying it, so it'll be interesting to see how the Bondi compares on this easy run today. So I've run about 6k so far in the shoe, done a mix of roads. I'm on a canal towpath now, run some kind of loose gravelly stuff, and yeah, it's not too much to say about the shoe so far really. It is pretty comfortable. It's big, but your foot sits quite deep in the foam, so not any worries of instability. I'm about to literally run over some cobbles right now, and look how stable I still am. So yeah, no worries on that front. The foam's not exactly lively, and it's not very squidgy, but it is quite soft and cushioned, so yeah, enjoying them so far, but no massive standout features yet really. So I just finished up first run in the Bondi 8, did 14k an hour, quite nice and relaxed in the sun today, and I don't know, they started to feel a bit heavy by the end, and the ride wasn't quite smooth. Early on they felt a bit better, but yeah, by the end, picking my feet up, they're just slightly heavier than a few other shoes, and well, that's not necessarily like a big issue. There are lots of very heavy cushion shoes. A lot of those other ones have slightly more lively foams in them. So something like the Brooks Glycerin 20, for example, is pretty heavy, but get a lot of rebound from the shoe, and towards the end of the run it also feels really good. Whereas today these felt like just pulling them over the line a bit, but maybe they'll break in a bit. They weren't that soft or anything today. They certainly are soft, but they're not like outrageously squidgy or anything like that. They're fairly solid and stable, but they lack a really stellar standout feature. So yeah, pretty solid first outing in them, but having tested some really nice cushion shoes lately, they didn't really impress me that much compared to a few other options so far. So early vert on the Bondi, yeah, pretty solid first outing, nothing too exceptional there. I think, as we kind of often seem to say with Hoka and their road shoes, they're solid, but the foams are a little bit behind what you're getting from other brands. They're not very light, they're not very poppy. Obviously the Mac 4 and the Mac line in general is pretty great, but their other road shoes just lack a little bit of pizzazz when it comes to the foams, and those foams are creeping up to max cushion shoes now. There are a lot of very exciting options out there, things like the Nike Invincible, Brooks Glycerin 20, even the On Cloud Monster has a slightly livelier feel to it, I'd say. So yeah, they were okay today. They reminded me a little bit of the Nike Infinity line in a way, in that they were reliable, protective, solid, but and probably very durable, I guess, from the Bondi. I know it's a line with a reputation for outstanding durability. But yeah, they don't bring anything particularly exciting to the run. They're just a solid option for cranking out miles, which they were today. But yeah, they did feel a bit heavy at the end, and that isn't something I've had with a few other max cushion shoes lately, including the Infinity actually. They just felt a bit cumbersome in those last couple of K today. Anyway, loads more testing to do a lot more long miles in them, and see how we rate the Bondi in a few weeks.
Okay, so my verdicts over that first run, I would say that they were fine. I definitely didn't dislike that run. They did the job for an easy run, and my legs are quite tired today and they felt fine. So yeah, they're obviously a max shoe designed for that sort of comfort on easy runs. What I would say about them is that I wasn't particularly blown away by any part of them really. They didn't feel really soft and comfortable, didn't feel like I could pick up the pace a lot, so I don't think they're particularly versatile, and yeah, wouldn't say I'm that excited about trying them out again, but I will be trying them out for a few more miles to see how they do for the full test, but at the moment just a fairly general, solid, easy day shoe with nothing more to say about it really. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell icon. It really does make a difference. And check the channel out for all the other videos we've got, from the latest road and trail shoes to the latest running headphones and watches out at the moment. See you next time.